Well, hello, welcome to Uptown Tonight. It is March 1st of 2023. We made it to March, everybody, and it did jump in like a lion, and hopefully it leaves like a lamb because, whoa, we got almost a foot of snow today and wind and all the other fun stuff, which pushed our guests back yet another few weeks because next week we do have somebody else coming in. And then we finally get Ozzy Osmundson will be in on Uptown Tonight. Well, tonight we just have me and Mr. Zeeves over there doing his thing. Yes, a new sloth child was found, and now Zeeves have news way with him. But, you know, it is what it is. That poor sloth child already has a hole in it. Zeeven, we just got that thing. I don't think he cares. I really don't. But I am your host, Mr. Wayne Stallenfacher, or Discount Tom Cruise, or Tom Brady, or Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, whatever you want to call me. But I'm your host today, and basically entertainer at the same time. So if you're out there and you want to ask a question of any sorts or whatever else out there, I'm just going to do a lot of off-the-roofs today and, talk a little bit just so we can get out at least a weekly report to show you what's going on out there in the Fargo-Moorhead area, because we do believe that a rising tide does raise all ships, and we're doing our best part to highlight the entertainers of the FM area in order to help raise that tide on up. So we got to talk about me a little bit. At least last weekend, we have ZBs as a puppy. That's what we had last weekend. Not really. He looks like this. If I can find the right camera. Yep. Just his mouth. ZBs as a puppy. And now we got Cito with Junior. Junior helps us sell our Uptown merch. We do have Uptown merch out there. If you want to get your Uptown t-shirt, you can find us on let's see, any given stages. Right now, I can't remember the next time we're back in town. Be a few more weeks. We're back at the windbreak, so that'll be the last time. This weekend, we're going to be up in Grand Forks again. So, and ZB's does support our troops. My son's in the military as well. He is infantry at Fort Carson, Colorado, and we do want to support our troops. Now, where were we last week? Oh, we were at the windbreak, hanging out with Butter, and it was a good time on Friday night. Always a good time at the windbreak. Especially when you got that great sound system going and the Butter lighting. And then the next night, we had to go to the Pearl House. In the Pearl House, we got to hang out with Marlon. Marlon was there that night. We did not see Troy, but, we had somebody else doing lights for us that night as well. And it was a hell of a light show, I'll say that. The guy was working that board real well. So that was our weekend last weekend, it was a lot of fun. It was what we did. So that's what we are doing. So now I'm just going to get to basically some off-the-roof type scenarios, because other than talk about me, the only thing I really did this week, well, besides get the thing, I found my Mustang photos from my Mustang that I had when I was in high school. Now, I have a 66 in the garage right now. This one is a 64.5 engine code used, a 170, the smallest engine they put in the Mustang in the 60s. Yes, for 6 whole months, and I was one of the lucky persons to find it. Now, I got this one. It says November of 92 on the back of here, so I'm guessing that's what it was. That's what the driveway used to look like, and the house used to be that nice color brown. But with that, spent all my high school high school years building that thing back up. So it was about my senior year when I had that thing looking really, really nice. So I picked this up for $1,000 on the side of the road, and it was a running vehicle. So here's the little front end of it. Yeah, I love these old photos. And let's see, do I have something? Well, yeah, here's the interior. That's what the interior used to look like when I first bought it. And now here's the only photo I have that has the interior that I redid all myself. Back in my Pink Floyd shirt from '94, my UNT hat that you can still see kind of back in the back there. And then, while that was all happening, we brought it to, his name was Sylvester. It's all I can really remember here, body guy. And he tore that thing apart. Now, it wasn't a full frame-up restoration. He just basically tore off all the stuff that was all rusted and just tacked on new stuff, including the floor pans and everything else. And it ended up looking like this. Now, yes, whoa, where am I? Yaha! Everything's falling. Yes, that's me, the handsome devil in there, and that's all Tiff. I think we're going to prom at that point, junior, senior. I have no idea, but that's the only color photo I have of the Mustang. It was a silver smoke gray. It looked really, really cool in the sunlight. It looked green, but yet if you turn and looked a little bit differently, it started turning into a grayish type color. It was, I don't know, it was really cool, and I blew the transmission out of it, and then I spent the rest of my time trying to fix the transmission on it until I moved to Texas. And there's a whole nother story, and that's where it all went. But, you know, that's my old pony car, and I'm pretty proud of it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But, you know, we love the Mustang. Great, because I love the Mustang as well, too. The one I have out in the garage is 66, almost the same color. It's I can't remember what the color is. Like a smoke gray, they called it. Not silver smoke gray, smoke, something like that. I looked up photos of it online. Looks almost exactly the same, at least color-wise. And then this one's got the 200 in it, so going up in value. So I got that 30 extra cubes under the hood. Yep, that straight 6. All the deliciousness that's going along with that. So I better have that thing up and running by this spring because I need to drive that thing around. Me and ZBs need to go out and do some stuff. So I don't know if you guys have any questions out there about me or anything like that, or about the podcast in general or everything else, because I've just been trying to come up with some new ideas, some new segments to put into this thing, and I got a couple, but I'll talk about those later. Let's get to this first off the roof here. Now, I grabbed all these at random. I got a bunch of them for tonight, so I have no idea what I'm doing. This is what happens when you have too much free time on the internet. That's it. And there was a clock radio this time.
You're hired.
Still, some people out there may be wondering, is like, what is going on with all this off the roof type stuff, or what are you doing? Why are you throwing this stuff out the roof? Well, back in the day, I grew up in this house, so I've been in here for many, many years. We'd have these raging parties, and inevitably, someone would get on the roof, and we'd have to start throwing random electronics off just to watch them explode onto the driveway, and yeah, just trying to keep the tradition alive. So if you have anything you want us to explode onto the driveway, just let us know. Throw it in my yard. We'll come pick it up, however you want to do it. So that's one of these off the roofs we have going on here. Now, another thing that I'd like to try to start doing on here is I kept thinking about like different ideas, different segments to put on. And one time it was just like, I want to do this thing called Can You Beat a Drummer? And it's basically I want to play people on Guitar Hero against ourselves. Like, I don't know how you do if we could do it live. I was finding ways to do it live, but then would you get copyright struck right there on the spot? Probably. Or could you do it like beforehand, and it just becomes a segment we just inject in there and maybe play it fast or something so you can't understand what's going on? That might be helpful too, because I don't think anyone wants to watch a full 4 or 5 minute tune of us going at it on a video game. You know, well, maybe. I don't know, because Twitch is a thing. Definitely is a thing. But is that something that people might be interested in seeing? Everyone playing Guitar Hero against each other? I don't know. Or maybe even Rock Band, some other type of scenario. My whole thing is that I just remember when that Guitar Hero thing first came out, and I had the big screen TV and everything back in the day. Back in those days. And a band of mine that I was playing with brought their PlayStation 2 over and Guitar Hero. And that was the only reason why I got a PlayStation 2 and the Guitar Hero stuff is that, and my kid could play it too. So Devin was learning how to play it as well. And I was just thrown back by it. I really liked how it worked, and I could beat guitar players out on that because it's not quite intuitive for a guitar player while they're on that thing, but for just a drummer, all it is kind of a rhythm game, so that's all you do. Put your finger in the right spot and strum it when you're supposed to, And I thought it was just a lot of fun. So I don't know if anyone else would be interested in that. But let's get to this next off the roof we got going here. We've already seen this one. What's our double dose? Ooh, that one came apart. Interesting sound. And there's snow. Oh, that's the very first one. This is for Nate Peeler. I had that Scully thing in my basement for years and years and years and years. And yeah, man, as I picked that one out for Nate Peeler, he was our first guest on the podcast. And we're bringing him back in, I think it's June. We're going to do a record. And then early June, Nate Peeler will be, again, coming back onto the podcast, along with the rest of us here. So, now, I'm really excited for that. Yeah, and other segments that I'm thinking about, at least trying to implement or whatever else is like, maybe, because I'm so interested in the history of it, is like, do I find old venues or learn of old venues and then go and take photos of where it used to be or what it used to be and, maybe see if I can find any history about it. So I have like a little presentation about venues that used to be around and what kind of music they had or what kind of entertainment they had there, and present that way too. Or even Marguerite's. I know Marguerite's has its own page for itself on Facebook and everything. So at least the history of Marguerite's and everything else. I don't know. I just think all that type of stuff's really fascinating to me. Fascinating for the area, I would hope so. But, again, just let me know in the comments and everything else. Is that something you might want to see or maybe, might want to explore a little bit further? So that's another one of my ideas. But let's go back to our off the roof here. Here's number 3, the trifecta. Perfect aim too. You're hired. And there we go. The old turkey came apart like that. But back to figuring out other segments and everything else that's going. At least I maybe want to put into this and everything else. I know having guests on are great, but when we have weather like this and we can't really get them in safely, and I just don't see why we want to push it that far. And Zeven, this is not an OnlyFans. Got to shut down the boy somehow. But thanks, Steve. But another thing that I've always at least wanted to try or want to do is actually do like a remote sessions, have this going on somewhere else, like maybe at the retro games place or, at another venue, maybe a coffee shop, something like that. Because I think it was Midwest Murders or the Midwest Murder Podcast, something like that. And they actually sell tickets to watch their podcast. Now, I don't know if there's like a lot of history or what the presentation is involved. Any of that, I'm really interested in going to see one of them just to see what they're doing with it and all that. But, again, I'm not here to make money off this. It's just more or less just trying to document some history here of entertainment in the Fargo-Moorhead area, along with learning about the history and maybe what's going to be happening in the future. But I always like the idea of doing a remote session. I just thought that'd be kind of fun. I have to get a different machine, obviously, than what I'm using right now, and then you have to figure out ways to make this all, portable. But I still think that would be cool. So, I don't know. What do you guys think out there? Again, leave comments below and everything else. Would that be something that people would be interested in? Would people want to do a remote session like that out in public, or maybe even not in the public, maybe at their old place. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. Oh, I like the studio. But, all right. So we got another off the roof here. Here's number 4, the Quattro. This is definitely an early one. Again, I was just grabbing these at random. I don't even know which I picked. Yep, I learned how to use slow-mo that day. It's fairly obvious. Ooh, did you see that bend? Barely missed the goal. Again, not great use of the slow-mo. But just learn how all this stuff works.
Slam it to the ground.
Nope.
No.
Up.
Hell no.
Got pigs? Yeah. Okay, go.
Sorry about that again. I keep forgetting to turn that down. All right. Well, there's that one. The vacuum cleaner. That wasn't the first vacuum cleaner that went off the roof. It probably won't be the last because, I don't know what it is with these things these days, but yeah, you buy these appliances, they last about a year or two, maybe. You got pets. Oh my gosh, not even that. And old ZB Keys, he's over here trying to do his thing. So we got that. So another segment that I've always wanted to do, and we did one last summer, is like doing something that's kind of a little bit out there, not quite, it's entertainment, and it might be something of weird interest, but of like doing that ghost hunting thing, which we did last year. And I thought it was quite successful. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but if you go back into July of last year's catalog here on the podcast, we have a ghost hunting one that we went out with blowing names, but we went out and we went to this cemetery, and we started using like witching sticks and whatever else, and all sorts of, I don't know. It was just really interesting. It was just we were getting some kind of readings. Were they real? Were they fake? Or were we just trying to make stuff up in our own mind as we went along? Maybe. I don't know, but it was still kind of fun. Be fun to do a remote session. Yes, Chris, it would be. I think it would be worthwhile to have the ability to interview people off-site in the... Yeah, exactly. So I do have the ability to zoom people in and have them see everything. So we did that one with... it was a person that does a podcast out of Chicago, the Chicago area. They make up hot sauces as they go along. And I had him on remotely, along with Dan Solovitz. At one time, we had him on remotely as well. This time, we just didn't quite have enough of the technology to make it connect this time. But, it is what it is. And I'd rather have Ozzy in person anyways. I've never met the man. I really, really enjoy seeing some of his photos he's been sending me. So that one's going to be really, really fun. So thank you for that, Chris. Yeah. Session at someone's house and see how many setups of... That's a whole nother idea as well. Is like, well, they have cribs or whatever from MTV. We go to people's places and we see what their setup is for like their practice area or whatever else, and see who's got the coolest rig or whatever. I don't know, or how many guitars people can put on their walls. That might be interesting too. So, Chris, I think you're onto something there. Well, let's get on to this next off the roof here. So here's what's after Quattro? Cinco? Okay. All right, Philbert, ready to do this?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, ready? Tell us when to go. third or fourth time actually I just played on it. Get our money's worth out of that Camaro. Pulled that off the side of the road. Just thought it'd be really fun. Chuck it off the roof and see what it does. But they're so well built. The first time, nothing happened. Nothing fell off of it. But I think the seat. So I went and actually cooked this one up a little bit. Get the solids off here. Tried to make it a little bit better. Yeah, you can see it. It's definitely weaker. Go! It is gone now. Let's see the photo of That was perfect game too. You're hired. And we are back. So yeah, getting out and doing different segments again. It's like, well, I love what Chris was saying there. Go to other people's places. Maybe someone has something they want to show off. Maybe someone just, get a hold of the show, and then we can come there and do a quick, video of your rig or something like that, and show us your rig segment. That's actually not a bad idea. We just need people to participate in that, though. So, I don't know. I'm going to ask around out there. Maybe some people want to participate. Maybe some people just want to make sure that they keep all their stuff where it is. So what would be another thing that we could possibly do? I'm a treasure hunter. I do a lot of things with Apples and Apple computers and all the other fun stuff, and going out and trying to find treasures and that. So I do metal detecting and thrift stores and garage sales and all that other fun stuff. I don't know if that'd be even remotely interesting. Maybe that'd be something like you found some kind of musical instrument type. Here's your treasure this week, as in something that maybe somebody doesn't have or somebody's looking for, or I just kind of found it and there was a great deal on it. I don't know. Maybe that could be something as well. But I don't know. What are your ideas out there, everyone? Again, leave a message below. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff on here as well. Because I see that we got a bunch of likers and everything else on our Facebook page and our Instagram page and all the other fun stuff, but we only have this little, not even quite 100, actually over 150, 160 now, 163 subscribers on the channel. We can up that, everybody. We can really up that. So, here, let's go to another off the roof. We got number 6 going here. So, what?
Hey, just a little baby.
That's the baby turtle.
All right, Stalboerger, ready to do this?
And we already seen Filbert. So, let's see number 6. Ooh, what was that?
Go.
Glass. Yes, all that's in the driveway, so you've been warned. Don't drive up so close. Go. Oh, that's when Devin was around. That was perfect aim, too. You're hired. One plate of glass. So there we go with all that. Yeah, so I don't know. Other ideas for maybe other segments, or maybe, I don't know, maybe we have panels? 'Cause that's what I always thought would be kind of fun, too. Have like a guitar panel, or have a drum panel, or a bass panel, or I've been running into a ton of keyboard players lately for some reason. Not entirely sure where they all came from, but there they are. And I'm happy they're out there. Really am happy that they're out there. But while we're talking about that, maybe someone else has a different idea out there. Throw it in the chat. Throw it in the comments below. I'm going to get to this week's weekend report. So, Cito, we miss you, man. All right, so now we're going out of town at the Owen Minot Open Mic stand-up open mic at the Post. Yeah, today, Wednesday, probably happening right as we speak. So if you're out in the Minot area, you're looking to tighten up your Tight 2 minutes there. There you go. O to the O. Then we have Laughing Sun Brewing Company in Bismarck, Mandan area. Our favorite brewing company in Bismarck, Mandan area. We have Savannah Benz on Thursday, the Jalen Open Jazz Quartet on Friday, and Sven Collins on Saturday the 4th. And there's Jata Records in Grand Forks. We have Greg Ruckus and Imperial making their debut tonight, Wednesday the 1st. And I saw that their weather, they didn't get nearly what we got up here, so hopefully all that is still going on. I should still have on here, too, is at the Diamond Lounge. That band Uptown will be playing Friday and Saturday up in Grand Forks. So if you're in Grand Forks, if you want to see us do our thing on the stage, we'll be at the Diamond Lounge up in Grand Forks Friday and Saturday. Detroit Mountain Rec Area Frostfire will be hitting the stage on Saturday the 4th. And we're going downtown. We have open mic. I'm not sure if Gina Powers is hosting that or not. On Thursday, tomorrow, and Maddie J and Friends on Friday. The Aquarium DJ Econ and Cotton will be there on Thursday. Otis Julius and DJ Strawstone will be on Friday. Margot Piker will be on Saturday. And then Titus Androcius. Did I say that even close? Androcius. Sure. On Sunday the 5th. They're at the Troll Lounge Open Mic at the Amp School of Music. Will be hosting that one tomorrow night on Tuesday. So go to the Troll Lounge for some open mic at the Amp School of Music. Dan Brecky, we hit the stage on Friday. Travis Nagel on Saturday. And the Blue Glass Jam next Tuesday the 7th at the Alibi Lounge Open Mic Night on Thursday tomorrow. Open mic at the Alibi as well. Murphy's Pub this Saturday. Slamabama hits the stage. Only a few blocks from here. Downtown, we got the Front Street Tap Room with open mic with Travis Neuros next Monday the 6th. Cellar, we have open mic right now with Mark Quaid Belcher. Wednesday the 1st. Hopefully some people made it out there through all this snow and funness. And we got Joe Christensen, Nathan Fuselbach, and Marlon Wells Thursday for some good stand-up. Then we got Side Street Jazz Night next Monday the 6th. Jasper Hotel, the North Skies on Thursday the 2nd tomorrow night. And 42nd Street Delta Kathy Brecky, the 42nd Jazz Band tomorrow night. As always, Downtown Acoustic Corner, we have Wednesday tonight. Zach Thomas will be at Murphy's Pub. He'll be playing right now as we speak at Murphy's Pub. And then Friday, tomorrow, Friday, a couple days. Big and Hungry's at Tailgaters. It's Saturday, March 4th. Powers and Pitcher. I think it's Gina Powers and May Pitcher. We have Twin Barrel Brewing. We got Sean Mitzi Mitzel at Silver Spike. Terry Mackner at VFW in West Fargo. Brianna Hebling at the Silver Dollar Pig out in West Fargo. Going uptown, we got Windbreak. We got Fool's House on Thursday and Saturday. And in between there, October Road, we hit the stage on Friday. At the Uptown Poorhouse, where we played last week, we got Fool's House on Friday and October Road on Saturday. The Tech, the Clay County Ducks Unlimited banquet will be hitting there on Saturday as well. So if you're a Ducks Unlimited person, those banquets are fun. I remember doing those way back in the day with my father. Running shotguns and 22s and all sorts of things. I thought it was cool. Okay, Sanctuary Event Center, we got Cooper Allen's on Friday. And then we're at the Fargo Theater. We got Garrison Keeler, Heather Macy, and Richard Dvorsky on Thursday. And then Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood on Friday. And that's all we have for this week. So kind of a little bit down from last week's, but still a solid setting. Here we go back. And we got Zevers over there. And we got nothing. And we got nothing. And we got me. Oh, right. We found me once more and once again. So, again, if you have any ideas of doing some different types of segments to make this thing even a little more, I won't say appealing, but, something we can find more people. If you have any ideas of people that you'd want on here, definitely give me a shout out. I got all the links down below for everything. Also, I have a YouTube thing on my Apple computer collection, and me doing restorations and fixing things or just showing off whatever I got. And I also have one on it's called Demon Detecting, but it's metal detecting videos that we're going to be starting back up here in a couple months as soon as the ground thaws. And, get that back out. I don't know. I just think it's really fun. You dig something on the ground, and you're like, what is this? What was this used for? Who lost it? Just the whole story behind it. Again, just kind of like what we're doing here. And then going online, trying to figure out where this piece came from and everything else. And there's a whole ton of people that enjoy that type of hobby and everything else, and there's a whole lot of places you can go and find all this information. But I digress. This isn't about metal detecting, is it, Zeebs? No. It's about the Fargo Moorhead Entertainers. But, be entertaining. We got to destroy things as well. So I got 2 more off-the roofs for us. So here we go. Off the roof number Oh, this one's number 7.
Who?
Be okay?
No.
Perfect game, too. You're hired.
There we go. All right. So I really have nothing else for you for tonight except one last off the roof here. So I know this would be a quick one, but then again, didn't really have anything planned. Just sort of figured I'd get on here and hope that someone would like have a little conversation or whatever else. And I wanted to make sure that we got out to the weekly report so everyone knows what's going on out there. Now, remember that times and dates and all that stuff can change in a blink of an eye, kind of like today. So make sure that before you venture out that you do get a hold of either your artist or the venue to make sure that they're still having that show that night or show that place or wherever it needs to be. So, yep, use caution on all that and everything else. So this week, yep, again, I'm just playing. I get to teach for the next few days, and then I'm just playing up at the Diamond in Grand Forks on Friday and Saturday. And hopefully next week will be a lot nicer to everyone else, weather-wise and such forth. But with that being said, here's a crazy 8 of our Off the Roof. Go. Twice in a row.
That was perfect game, too. You're hired.
Well, thank you all for joining me tonight on this blissful March 1st with a foot of snow and everything else. And whoever someone went out there and cleared out my driveway for me without me even asking. So whoever that was, thank you. Thank you very much. I was just about to have my brother here with all of his equipment to get it done, and it was done literally like, I don't even know if it was an hour before we were going to start. So thank you out there for whoever did that. Peace, love, and positive vibes and all that fun stuff, as some of us would be saying. So you can find us all up on the Tiki Tacs, down to the Instagrams and all that other fun stuff on Uptown Tonight Podcast, and or you can go to uptownbandfargo.com and you can find out what the band and what the podcast is doing all at the same time with all that fun stuff. Maybe you can find a picture of zebras in there every once in a while. But as you know, if your drummer has more charisma than your front man, your band may be in trouble. But that's why my band's doing just fine. So until next time.